Hello everyone, I would like to introduce you to the Sony DMP Z1 here. It takes a long time to evaluate this piece, and this is the combination that I used to evaluate it. This is the HD800S. You can see that's my favorite dynamic headphone, and it is such a wonderful synergy into the DMP Z1 here. The synergy here is that the DMP Z1 does have a little warmth from the inner resolution to the edges, textures, and everything else. However, the realistic timbre and the resolution, the density of timbre, the energy are very excellent. And because the HD800S, in my opinion, is more neutral and retrieve detail very well and natural with huge sound state, it is my favorite headphone, and I would say that it's neutral. So that's why it's better to pair with this DMP Z1. I briefly tried the MDR Z1R, but the MDR Z1R also have the warm induced in it. So warm plus warm is not too good for my enjoyment. So here's my favorite combination. The cable here you can see is actually neo texture, silver gold plated. And so a quick look at the DMP Z1. Everybody would just say that, hey, the golden knob is very special. Well, actually the golden knob itself is special because the knobs here is specially customized by Sony. It is with brass gold plate, the same body that was made with the RK501 from ARP attenuator. This attenuator is a very high-end attenuator that uses a special light and unique and pattern secret kept for resistor inside, and the resistor inside actually printed as a strip, so that when you attenuate it, there is no step attenuated. This is an analog attenuation itself, and so when you turn it, you actually do not feel like there's any step attenuation or anything like that. With every little turn, you have a little volume attenuated. It doesn't matter how much you turn. Unlike the step attenuation that you have to turn it step by step by step to really have a different attenuation that already set. So there is one very special about this. Another special thing about the RK501 is that beside the price very expensive for do-it-yourself, you can find it actually about $1,000 or so per only the attenuator inside without the knobs here. So with the knobs here, you'll be looking at something, a little more expensive. However, Sony have the whole piece here customized just for the sake of doing the flagship DMP Z1. So what's so special about a DMP Z1 here? One of the things first I would like to demonstrate is that it has the ability to mute when you plug it on. You can see the muting right here. It'll take a couple seconds to mute. This muting function will kick on as much and as soon as when you turn on any DSP or anything like that. It's helpful so that when you turn on high gain or turn on low gain or different DSP effect, you don't get your ear bombarded with the loud volume that could damage your eardrum. The special ability of the Sony DMP Z1 is that it has an excellent spherical sound state. So let's say the spherical sound state not only goes spherically in a 2-dimension like this, but it also goes into another 3-dimension like that. So all in all, the sound state is like a sphere that will envelop the listener inside, almost like a 360 degree, that you can tell the height, the middle, and the low position of each instrument layout, even the violins, the piano, the drum kick, the vocalist, you know, everywhere within the spherical sound state here. The ability to express the dynamic energy within a timbre is very, very well received from the DMP Z1 here. That would take the whole DMP Z1 as a system that consists of a probably high-end done headphone amplifier, the digital source, and the digital transport itself all in one piece. So this is like an ultimate Walkman. However, because of the aim to bring out the most powerful amplification for headphone without degrading the sound and having the resolution and the energy, the density of everything to be playing well from the lowest volume to the highest as much as possible. I have tried to turn on from the low gain 4.4 out here into the HD800S, and what I received was a very well received resolution, density, energy, and texture from low to even a maximum here. So allow me to turn on. Beside that, you will find that there are a lot of DSP effects. So let's say I'll find one album and let's have a go at it. You can hear the different attenuation volume when I turn here. Like I say, with every turn, just a little turn of the knob, you have a change of attenuation. And this is the point why Sony put in the RK501 here, because you get the ability to customize the loudness of the volume as much as you can without it being a step and static increment. The one thing with the Walkman is that when you have it in the wave file and different folder, you have to have a root picture in order for it to display the album art, and it will take a little bit to fix it, but I have not done that yet. However, allow me to show you here. When you connect it with balance, you can see that the balance, the resolution file being played detail is up here, and that is another function that is what it called DSD remastering engine. So what DSD remastering engine here is that you got a PCM file, flat PCM file. I'm sorry, this is another function. And when you click on, you'll see audio system from battery to AC, but right now it's not plugged in, so it cannot switch. What it means is that it can totally take the external PSU and allow it to run directly without tapping into the battery, just like any proper sit-top desk system that you could find. So right here you can see the PCM file being live DSD into DSD64. So what's so special about the DSD64 here that is being remastered is that instead of using just any FPGA IC chip, the FPGA IC chip inside here is actually Sony made, and what I would call it is that the Sony DSP interface. This chip is and can be found inside any Walkman like NW WM1A, NW WM1Z, or the newest ZX500 or the older ZX300. It can be found all of those. The one difference is that in order for that DSP IC chip from Sony to do live DSD conversion, it will need a 1-bit DAC. So the 1-bit DAC cannot be found in the generation Walkman that we currently have, because the S Master HX being used inside a Walkman is multi-bit conversion, and it is not allowed to conduct the one-bit stream, and that is why it could not be used as a live processor. However, you can find a processor in there. And so yes, over here you can see that that's a DSD. The DSD remastering here sound very good, and to me there would be an option to do the DSD filtering. And the DSD filtering, you can find it here. Down here, you can see DSD filtering down here. And this will be my favorite filter because I love jazz a lot, I love vocal, and I love organic instrument, and this is the wonderful filter to give it the extension and the emotion that I needed within my music. This one is great if you enjoy EDM or rock or modern pop, but don't switch it too much. Like I say, this is my favorite because that's mainly my genres. So over here you can see the DAC filtering section, and over here you can see sharp, slow, short delay, slow, super slow, low dispersion, short delay. However, each of these are very hard. It comes with all the AKM 4497 EQ with all of these filters, but the hardest thing would be the implementation to show the alternative characteristic from the sound being played back. Only when the implementation was done very precisely and engineered out nicely, then you can hear the differences. Over here, you can hear the differences. But one thing to notice is that when you turn on the DSD live mastering here, it means you will have to turn on the direct sound mode. The direct sound mode on DSD remastering here, this have to be turned on first before this one is turned off. So when you turn this on, the AKM will not process the digital filter as it's supposed to be. So the effect for you to tell the differences between the filter is minimized. And I am not and have a very hard time to observe the differences from different digital filter. But allow me to show you here. So when I turn off DSD remastering, and then I turn up direct sound, you can see that it's muting. It will ask the volume knob to go down to 0 before the clear function is available. There you have it. So when out of direct source mode, we can go again into output setting, DC filtering function. All right. So with this step, you can hear the differences between the filter. For the differences here, you can follow the link down there, and I did lay out the details so that you can enjoy it and choose the one that you would love the most. Just listen to your ear and your heart. It seems like, you know, with all of the SIG filter, you have like multiple devices to play back, but only a little warm induced in the signature. Not bad, but anything at all, it gives you the feeling of analog feeling. The other special unique ability of the DMP Z1 is that it is so accurate into the tempo and the pitch of the timbre, so that you can hear the unique timbre, the unique pitch, and the unique tempo. That is so continuous and so vivid, it is almost like you are listening to a very high-end vinyl system setup without the surface noises and the induced physical noises from the analog medium. And so that will be the next step that I would like to show you here. You can see that device setting. No, that device setting is something else. All right, output setting. No, this is still, oh yeah, sound setting. All right, so sound setting here, you can see DSEEHX. The DSEEHX is what it is that it uses some DSP technique to add in different noise shaping and different using different algorithm or anything like that to upscale your regular PCM into 192 or high resolution file as Sony preferred. Anyway, here you can see the equalizer tone. So right here you can check it into equalizer if you like those 10 band. Otherwise you can go to tone control, or I don't use it much, but DSEEHX here I really love it because I am able to hear a better, sharper, more defined edge of texture. The vividity of every timbre and every playback in the edges and the texture of it will make the whole picture to be pop out, but without sounding so artificial because of the beautiful blend from the warm signature, just a little warm signature, and the excellent pitch tempo timbre. So all in all, this is my favorite here. I love the DSEHX. I have to have it turned on if I don't have the DSD remastering. Dynamic normalizer, I don't use it much. So here is a thing, vinyl processor. What did I say about analog feeling? Yes, just like you listening to vinyl processor. And over here, you can see it being on or off. I love it, so I turn it on. And arm resonance here is my favorite. And there are 4 different modes. Each of these 4 different modes will be hand in hand and enhanced by the digital filter that you were using with the AKM chip itself. So over here, output setting, these filter section will be hand in hand with this over here, sound setting and vinyl processor. Each of them will give you a very unique alternated sound characteristic. So to me, that is what I'm showing, the number 2 in the DAC filter and the number 2 on arm resonance. That is my favorite according to my genres. So to get more detail into it, you can follow the link and see how I like it. And don't forget that the burn-in is really right here you can see the switching battery to AC. The burn-in is really long. It took me like almost 1,000 hours, even like after 700 hours. It has yet to settle down. It got settled down a little bit, and it's really hard to perceive changes from 700 hours and up. But it takes almost about 1,000 hours. I did not clock it that far, but I knew that by the days that I was continuously burning it given the time. So 200 hours, you merely scratch the surface. Alright, so another special things about this is that it barely warm up. So if you ever had any desktop DAC that you AKM 4497 dual chip, you will see that it consumes a lot of power, and you see that it will heat up considerably. But over here, this one does not heat up at all, at all. You feel it a little bit warm on the side, on the top here a little bit. It's just only slightly warm to the touch, and that was designed in mind because the temperature coefficient of each component within itself here being trapped inside. What it calls ambient temperature right inside have to be distributed evenly and at an optimized temperature to optimize the specification that given into it. And here I can see that Sony has never failed to implement anything that never feel warm or heat up on your table or on your hand. And I'm sorry for a long video, and I hope that you enjoy the video. Thank you for watching. If anything at all, leave a comment there or contact me over the forums under the link you can find. Thank you. Bye bye.